In this video, you're going to learn everything you need to know about Threads before you post. This is the latest Threads tutorial, and I'm going to reveal to you what you need to know about the Threads algorithm and how it works, also what content you should be posting on Threads, and things that you really need to avoid on Threads. I'll also share with you what features you can expect from Threads, and it's really exciting. And all the way through this tutorial, I've also included a lot of pro tips, so you'll want to stick around right until the end. So let's get straight into the tutorial. So if you haven't yet, this is exactly how you download Threads. What you need to do is go to the App Store, type in Threads by Instagram, download the app, and then you'll get to a screen like this. So see how it's got login with Instagram? That's my Instagram profile handle name. If that's not the right name, you can click and switch accounts. Next, you'll see this page here. What's really cool is that you can click on that black button there, which is import from Instagram. So you can import all of your content already. It's really easy. So I click that, and then you can see everything imported there, even my profile image. Then you want to click next, make it a public profile. This is really important because you want people to be able to find you on Threads. And then next, you're going to get prompted to actually follow people that you follow on Instagram. So I highly recommend that you do click next there. So once you do that, you'll be taken to the final page, which shares with you how Threads works, and you can now join Threads. So now that you're up to speed with getting the app on your phone, I'm going to share with you a Threads pro tip. So you know how Threads is linked to your Instagram account, right? So what I noticed on my Instagram account, let me just open it up. When you go to my profile, can you see up the top there? What do you see? It's the Threads icon. So I noticed that I had a pre-setting which actually made the Threads icon appear on my Instagram profile, and you can do exactly the same. And so actually, let me just show you what happens when someone clicks that icon. So when you click, they get redirected to my Threads account. So it's a really great way for you to promote your Threads account on your Instagram profile. So let me just show you how you do that. So go to edit profile, and there you'll be able to see that text which says show Threads shortcut. So just click it over so that it shows blue, and that's how you do it. The next pro tip I want to give you is something really exciting that I came across. So see those three lines up there on the top right? So click that, and then can you see Threads? Click that. How cool is that? So basically it's like a nameplate for when you signed up. And can you see that number at the bottom there? That's the number that you get for when you signed up. And basically what it means is that it's the user number that you've been given when you actually signed up for the Threads app. It's really cool, right? Let's now talk about how the Threads algorithm actually works, and it's really different to what Meta has done in the past. So if you remember when Facebook launched, when you had a look at your feed, you were only seeing content from your connections, so your friends or family. Well, the Threads algorithm does not do that. In fact, on Threads, you're seeing content not only from your connections, so people that are following you or that you're following, but you're also going to see content from people that you have no connection with. And what the Threads algorithm is doing is that it's recommending content to you that it thinks that you might like. So let me just give you an example. Just open my phone. I love recipe videos, like I love cooking videos. So it makes sense that Threads is showing me a video from the Food Network, which is a recipe that they're making, something, I think it's ice cream that they're making, looks really cool. And what you would notice is that there's a black circle with a white cross there. That means that I'm not following that account on Threads. So I can actually just click that cross, and it means that I can start following that account straight away. Or you can also just click on the profile name and have a look at the profile, and there you will see that option to also click to follow on Threads. Adam Mosseri, who's leading the development at Threads, actually came out with a statement talking about how the Threads algorithm works. And he said that users need to have enough followers on the app so that the algorithm can actually start to understand what you like and dislike. And so that's why the algorithm is recommending you content that it thinks that you might like. Okay, so let's now move on to what content you should be posting on Threads. And you might be thinking that it's a really text-heavy app, and that's not the case. So if you're wondering what is the character limit on Threads, it's 500, but I'm gonna give you a pro tip in a moment. And so if we open up my Threads account, we'll just do that. Give me 1 second. And as we scroll on my feed, look what you can see. There's text, but there's a lot of imagery, there's GIFs, and there's even videos. I know, how cool. You can post videos on Threads, and the maximum length of a video is 5 minutes at the moment. So it's a decent chunk of time. So I want to give you an example of a Threads account that I came across that I think is an amazing example for you. So if we go over there and just have a look at his threads. So you can see video, there's a repost, and I'll talk about that in a moment, so stick with me. Then we can see just text, he's asking a question, there's imagery. So you can see that's a very visual thread feed. So that's what you should be doing on your Threads account as well. Testing and seeing what's working as well, because we're all different learners. Some people just like text, some people like imagery. So by using a mix of different types of content, it's gonna help you really grow fast on Threads. Now I'm gonna give you a pro tip as well for Threads. What you can do is when you post a thread, so let's say that we're writing something, and let's say it's a top 5 list. So you've got 5 things that you want to share about something. What you can do, this is really cool on Threads, is that you can list point number 5, and then if you hit return 3 times, you can start a new thread to your thread post. So basically, as you do this, it will end up looking like something like this. And that's a way that you can get around that character limit as well if you want to share more text in your post. Another cool feature about Threads is that when you post something, what you can do is select anyone can reply. See that at the bottom there? So if you select that, you can actually choose who you want to reply. So I often leave this as anyone because I'm open to anyone replying. But let's say that you only want to get comments from specific people. So it could be mentioned only and you tag that person. Or maybe it's from profiles you follow. And the reason why Threads created this is so that you can also work out how you want the conversation to go, if you want it to be open to everyone or you want it to be more of a closed conversation that you're having with certain people. So that's really cool as well. Another pro tip about Threads, and you're going to love this. So when you post content on Threads, what you can do is actually share it to your Instagram profile. You can share it on your feed or as a story. So if we do that, I'll just show you, we can share this. So see those options there? It says add to story. So it would be added to your story or post to feed. So let's choose add to story. And what you will notice is that the content is getting pushed over to Instagram, but you can also see that there's that border around the content as well. It's the Threads border. So when you share, you can share content from your Threads profile onto your Instagram profile as well. And I think this is a really cool feature by Threads. And it's also quite clever as well by Meta, because with that border around the content, you're ultimately letting people know on your Instagram account that you're also using the Threads app. Other type of content that you can post on Threads is reposting or quoting. So what that means is, let's say that you're scrolling on Threads and you come across a post that you think is really, really cool and you want to share within your network on Threads. So what you can do is click those, see those arrows there? So click those arrows and you can select repost. So what repost means is that literally the post will just appear on your Threads feed. But what I actually like to do is to select quote. And that means, if we do that now, see how the post is there, but then you can actually share your own thoughts on Threads. And I just think that that is just a little bit more engaging rather than resharing people's content. You can actually add your own point of view or emojis or whatever it is and add your touch to that Threads post. So something to keep in mind. I'm just going to interrupt my own video just to have some water. If you're enjoying this video and you want to hear more about Threads, then feel free to subscribe. I'm going to be keeping you updated about everything on this channel. And let's get back to the video. A big question that a lot of people ask is, how do I grow followers on Threads? And one way that you can start doing this now, and I think it's really nice and organic, is that when you actually respond to comments, so let's say that you're following someone and you see a really cool post, rather than just liking, start commenting. And rather than just leaving a text comment, you can actually add an image, you can add a GIF, you could add a video, and that's just going to make your comment stand out. So that means that when other people are looking at all the other comments, your comment stands out, and it's a really good way to get people to take an interest in your profile and what you're sharing. Can you see how that's really valuable? Don't just like, you need to start commenting. That's gonna help you grow on Threads. Okay, before I share with you, and I feel like I'm just flinging this around, but I told you it's going to be a really in-depth tutorial. People often ask how many times you should be posting on Threads. And before I share that, I just want to share with you a few features that you can expect from Threads. So firstly, there's no hashtags at the moment. That's going to be rolling out on Threads, so stay tuned for that. There's also no web version of Threads yet. There's only the app version, but that's obviously in the works by Threads. Another cool feature that's going to be rolling out is currently you have like your main feed of Threads, but what you're going to be able to see is another feed, which is going to be following. So these are going to be more specific to your connections as well, which is kind of cool. What I noticed as well is that if you've got a few accounts on Threads, it's really hard to switch in between. You have to log out of one profile and then log back into the other profile. So they're going to make that a lot more seamless so you can switch between accounts. Translations, also a big one on Threads. So expect to see a lot more translation features as well. And that means that you can reach more people on Threads. But what I love as well, I'm really excited about this feature, is that you're going to be able to see a like list on Threads. So that means that with all the stuff that you like, so for me, it's going to be recipes and cooking and lots of cute dogs because I've got a dog. So you'll be able to refer back to that like list as well. So it's almost like your library on Threads, which is a really cool feature, I think. Oh, and something else that I'm really looking forward to is that what you will notice on Threads is that when you upload a video or an image, you can't actually edit the image or the video. So what's going to happen is that they're going to have an editing feature. So if you are posting a picture, make sure that you just do your editing on your phone. If you need to crop it or change the color tone and make it look a little bit more presentable, do that on your phone. And then when you are ready to post on Threads, it's already been edited on your phone. So that's a quick pro tip as well, and something that I learned just recently. So a lot of people ask when they should post on Threads. I'm just going to put this down. I recommend at least once a day. And the reason for this is because it means you're going to stay up to date and at the forefront of all the new releases that are rolling out for Threads, and it's happening really quick. So it means that you'll become an expert. It's going to help you build followers and really just stay up to date with the Threads app. So let me know if you've got any questions about what I've shared in this video, and feel free to share any new features in the comments below. See you next time.